Hello and welcome to Playtonic. In our series on Western political thinkers, today we have arrived at Antonio Gramsci. He is also known as the greatest of all Western Marxists, and there are reasons for it. So, the traditional Marxism believed that in all capitalist societies there will be a rise of socialist societies, communist revolution would come, proletariat revolution would come. So this was predicted by orthodox or let's say by the traditional Marxism. But Gramsci observed that this was not happening. And he wanted to know the reasons why communist revolution, why proletariat revolution is not arriving in capitalist societies. Also, when we look at Marxism, the orthodox Marxism, there is a term that we associate with it, and that is economic determinism, which means that entire philosophy that they give is revolves around one term, that is economic determinism. They view everything through the prism of economics. Even Marx said that in the base and superstructure model, the base is the economic structure, and all the superstructures are just a reflection of it. Now, Gramsci does not believe in that idea. He tries to break the economic determinism of traditional Marxist thought, and for this reason he is known as neo-Marxist. He brings some new ideas into Marxism, and he is also known as the theoretician of superstructures. So he says that it is not just the base that matters, the superstructures are also structures in themselves, and they are also significant. Next, he says that a sort of political organization is required so as to bring any kind of change in the society or to maintain the hegemony in the society. Now, he gives the concept of hegemony. Hegemony, we can understand it as a kind of soft power, a monopoly, a dominance of ideas that is created. So, hegemony is an ideology, it is soft power. Hegemony of capitalism has been established as a way of life. So whatever and whichever class is dominant in the society, the values of that class become common sense, and that is what is known as hegemony. That only those ideas prevail in the society, those ideas appear to be right, which the dominant class is propagating. Next, he says that there is hegemony of the bourgeois class, and they have manufactured consent in favor of dominant class. So hegemony manufactures consent in favor of the dominant class, and then he says that since the hegemony is so widespread that material revolution will make no difference, we will need a mental revolution. So both mental revolution plus material revolution can bring the communist revolution, can change the dominant class in a society. Gramsci for this gives two stages of revolution. The first stage is the war of position, and the second stage is the war of maneuver. So war of position means it is a strategy which is long drawn. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes long to develop war of position. In this, the ideas in the society are manufactured in favor of the class that wants to bring the revolution slowly and steadily. Like he says that Indian national movement, so Mahatma Gandhi first went for war of position. He generated a consensus among the society that British rule is not good for India. So that is war of position. And then the war of maneuver, where the actual action takes place, the material revolution takes place. So these are two stages of revolution that Gramsci has suggested. And then he also gives the concept of intellectuals. He says that intellectuals are the deputies of the dominant class. Intellectuals are, like we can say, in the medieval times, the church fathers were there. And then later when capitalism came, the doctors, the engineers, the factory owners. So all these people were generating consensus in favor of capitalism. So Gramsci says that whatever class comes into power, it always needs some organic intellectuals which can generate consensus in favor of that particular class. So he suggests that if communism wants to establish itself, if communist revolution is desired, then we must generate some organic intellectuals, people who generate consensus in favor of communism. So finally, about Gramsci, we can say that Gramsci, through his ideas of hegemony, through his ideas of two-stepped revolution, he has rescued Marxism from being crude economic reductionism, because this is the biggest criticism of traditional Marxism, that it is only concerned about economy, it is only looking through the prism of economy. The entire history of mankind, they say, is a class struggle. There is a struggle between haves and have-nots. So economic structure is that what they have focused upon. But Gramsci says that other structures are also important. The superstructures are structures in themselves, and politics matters, society matters, intellectuals matter, what kind of a hegemony is being created, that matters, the culture matters, and it's not just economy that matters. So this is why we say that Gramsci has rescued Marxism from being crude economic reductionism. So with this we have covered Gramsci. Looking forward to cover Hannah Arendt's philosophy tomorrow. Thank you. Stay tuned to Playtonic. Best wishes.